how to do an oil change. Hey, what's good? Mr. Mechanical here, and today I'm going to show you how to do an oil change. Mold annual protection for oil. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need to know about how to do an oil change is, well, first, what type of oil does your car take? It's not just as simple as going to the auto store and just grabbing random oil. Like, it doesn't work like that. You got to go to your car, and depending on your car, the oil that you need could be on this cap right here. But it just says engine oil, and it says for you to know the engine oil, you have to go see the owner's manual. But I do not have the owner's manual, so what I did, I went online, and I also checked my car from the previous oil change shop. I went over here, and I looked at the sticker right here. It says the oil used was 5W30. This engine does take 5W20, but because of mileage it has, which I will show you. Well, it should say right there. Well, okay, it has like 183 right now. So it's been like 5,000 miles since the oil has been changed. So yeah, we're gonna do an oil change on it, and it needs 5W30 oil. And guess what? Guess what your boy has got? He has got 5W30 oil too. Some random car pulled up behind me. If I get killed, this video's going on YouTube. Not. So yeah, engine oil for gasoline engines, and I got 5W30. We're back with the video on the oil change. So the oil you're gonna need is 5W30. That doesn't really matter what brand. I just chose this one just because it's the best one they had. Pennzoil, Mobil 1, you know, they're all good. I like them. STP, it's a good brand too. I just don't use them. I only use them on my trucks. This is a truck, but you know, it's a 4-cylinder, so. The tools you're gonna need are, well, the supplies and tools are, you're gonna need oil filter, the oil itself, you're gonna need a ratchet with some sockets, and depending on your car, you might need an extension. In my case, I do not. And you're gonna also need an oil filter grabber, which is optional, but highly, highly recommended. The next thing you're gonna need is, you're gonna need paper and some towels to check the oil level and to clean around any oil you leak around. Alright, so also you're gonna need water because you need to stay hydrated. You need to drink your water, okay? And yeah, that's pretty much it. We can start. The first step you're gonna need, oh, I almost forgot to mention, you're gonna need some of these, like anything that cannot hit the concrete, because you will get uncomfortable under there. So we're gonna start with putting down the foam pads. So I will be back when I have those under the video. Alright, we are back, but some items I forgot to mention were an oil catch can, or any container really, and a funnel so you can put in your oil back into the engine. Alright, so we now have our foam pads down there. You can see them right there. It's just so when we go on our backs and we rest our head, it won't like go through our head, the rocks, or it won't hurt us, it won't cut us, and it won't get us infections. And then we're gonna have to put our oil pan, and I'll show you where to put your oil pan. You don't just throw it under your car. You gotta throw it in a specific place. All right. Now we gotta look for it. I gotta turn on my flashlight over here. We are back with my flashlight on. We shall now go more under into the vehicle. And as you can see, you see that bolt right there? See that bolt? Yeah, that one right there. That bolt is the one you're gonna need to take off, because that's where your oil is located. Sorry, my voice. That's where the oil is located. That's how you take out the oil. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We are now under the vehicle. The bolt. Shit, come on, show me. Show the audience. Right there. That bolt. That bolt right there, we gotta take that one out. Because if we don't, it's just gonna, what's the point of doing the oil change? You can also wear safety glasses and gloves if you want. So yeah. I can't talk so much because I'm under the cart, but you know. Now we have to go to our ratchet set with all our sockets and everything. It'll usually be anywhere from like a 10 to 13 millimeter. It can be up to 15 depending on how big your car is. But to me, that bolt right there looks like it could be like a 13. So this is a 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll try a 13. See what has to happen. Take it out. There we go. We go here, and as we can see, that's not the right one. So we probably have to go to a 15. Now that we see that one, I'm back. I have found the right socket. It is a 5/8 socket. It's like the stuff they use for spark plugs too. 5/8 inner diameter. So we take it to the car. If I can reach it, you should always put your car in like a set of jack stands and everything. I can't drive the car yet, so I'm just doing the work as much as I can to try to expand its lifespan. And so the way you can take out the bolt is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So you check your ratchet. We don't actually need this mat right here. I can push this one off to the side for now. And we can move our oil can right here. And I somehow forgot. You need to be very careful with this because it's going to come shooting out. You guys can see that. You want to be careful because, like I said, it's going to come shooting out. Ow. Okay, yeah, I can already see oil leaking. So, you can, at this point on, you can grab it. You never want to touch dirty oil. It can give you cancer. That's what I've heard, and I'm not taking risks on if it won't or will. Being very gentle, you see? I could have just yanked this off, but I'm not that type of person to do that. There we go. There we go. Okay. At this point, you can drop this bolt. Leave it on the floor somewhere. And you can see all that oil leaking out. You can see all that pouring out. You see that black thing? Yeah, that's oil. See? It's pouring out of that. Now this blue stuff is from the previous shop or the previous person who did this. I did not do this. This is my first time actually performing an oil change, so this is a learning experience for both of us. It also helps if you have the vehicle like close to a curb, so it's slanted a little bit on the side where the bolt is. You want to wait until all that oil falls right out. Okay? Or at least most of it. You want most of that oil to fall right out. Or to come right out. Now, this car takes approximately 4 quarts of oil. So I only need 1 jug of like 5 quarts. It's okay if you overfill it. It's okay if you fill your car a tiny bit more than it needs to be. Alright, so at this point we can get out, actually off of the car. Take this bolt with us. We didn't actually need to like leave it out, but you know, I'm that type of person to do that. So, throw that bolt down there. Here we go. Oh, drag ourselves. I'm skinny, so I fit everywhere. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Now is where a towel comes in handy. Grab the towel. Dirty or clean, it doesn't really matter. Here's some V8s plastic, but I don't like that. I like that a lot. And we clean the bolt. Under this rack is the bolt. You can always try to clean it with water if you want. I'm just cleaning it with the towel because I don't want to go all the way to the faucet and, you know, get oil on my plants because plants are cool. Alright, that looks relatively clean. Alright, so the next step we're going to have to take is changing the oil filter. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention. Whenever you loosen the oil or bolt, take this bolt off. It makes it so the oil can flow better. You don't need to clean this. You don't need to clean that cap. It's just, you know, it's just there. So oil doesn't spurt and you can actually fill up the oil. I'm gonna clean my finger on this towel right here. Up next is the oil filter. Now you have 2 ways to go about this. One is the location of your oil filter. my oil filter, as you can see, is stupidly placed right there. It's that white thing with the barcode on it. So what I have to do is somehow try to reach to it. Yeah, it probably hasn't been changed in a while. And I want to turn it. Actually, this is pretty easy to turn. It's impressive. I wasn't expecting that. See it turning? That's why you get an oil filter thing. Okay, I need to make sure that when the oil goes down, the pan is right below it, and it is not. I do not want oil leaking onto these things because they're so comfortable when you're working on your car, dude. Like, they are for real so comfortable. Like if I move it a little bit more. There we go, that's good enough. We shall now continue with the loosening of this oil filter. You can probably do this by hand now. You can let it drop, it doesn't really matter. It's not like you're gonna care about the engine bay anyways on your car. Am I tightening it? Yes, I'm tightening it. My dumbass. Oop, I cursed, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get rid of that. Alright, I guess we could probably just try to spin it with our hand right now. Let me try to do that. See, here's the hand, here's my finger. Oh yeah, we can definitely just let it roll. You can probably hear the oil. Just letting it spin. There we go, right there. Pow, fell off. We can let it drop, or we can pick it up. Here's the oil filter. They look like this. All right, you need two hands for this, so I'll put the phone right there. I really do not want to touch that, but I have towels. Oh my God, I don't want to get cancer. That's how you wear gloves, guys. Wear gloves you won't have to worry about later, or you won't have to worry about your health later. All right. Here is the old oil filter. Put it on a towel and clean your hands. You do not want dirty oil on your hands. Believe me, you will get cancer. Not that I have it, I hope I do not have it. That's why you should always wear gloves. And I'm pretty clean for the most part. Now, since all that oil is gone now, and it has landed in the oil catch can by, I'd say, like really short, we can start now by cleaning the surface of the oil filter. Just because we want to make sure there's no old gasket on it. So we go to where it was, and we clean real good. There we go. Oh yeah, that's clean. That's very clean. Okay, we can now put on the new filter, which I'm hoping fits, so you want to compare the old part to the new part. And the old part does look similar to the new part. As you can see, they are similar in size. Similar in height and size, so that shouldn't be a problem just screwing this thing back on. It screws on. We screwed it off. Now we just have to screw it back on. And this should just be hand tightened. And I can tell it was hand tightened because it wasn't a pain in the butt to take it off. So we want to align it to the screw, as you can see right there. And you want to go right tighty. This. Actually, wait, I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention. What you can do is grab some old oil from this filter. Grab it with your finger, and then gently press it around this gasket, the rubber O gasket. You don't need a lot of it, just enough so that it covers. So now, well, most people would say you can just fill this up, but it doesn't really matter. Well, in our case, I don't want to fill it out because I'm just wasting oil. It's gonna spill back. Okay, now we can screw it back on. You just want to tighten it so as much as it lets you with your hand. As you can see, that filter with the white sticker on it is doing pretty good. I'm gonna grab my oil filter ratchet. These are like 20 bucks, by the way. I'm gonna make sure it's tight. You never want to tighten it with this, but because my hand is slippery, I'll make it tight. And you don't want to do it too tight, because on your car, depending on how it is, oh god, I almost dropped my phone. That could have been extremely bad. It's a 6S with 128 gigs, so I don't want to drop it. I'm just doing one security tightening to make sure it's all rounded and about. I can't reach it from there, so yeah. Next video is gonna be on how to what's it called again? There we go. That's enough. That's enough. I do not want to put any more. It's gonna be a pain to take off one day. I can already tell. And I don't want to seize that oil thing either. Actually, let me loosen it up a little bit just in case I did something wrong to it. Yeah, that's good enough. I don't want to like bend the metal too. Okay, so now that we took off the old oil filter and put on the new one, now we wait. We clean our hands repeatedly, not trying to get cancer or anything. I am cleaning my hands, by the way, you just can't see it. Clean your phones too if you're recording a video. Wink, wink. So now we go under the car and put the bolt back. Actually, wait, we need to get a towel first. Let's get this one right here. You can do a lot with cars. You can find people's addresses, you know. Okay, I'm gonna clear this out since all the oil has leaked out. I'm gonna hold this down for a couple seconds, let it go. I'm just trying to get as much oil as I can out. You can keep doing this for like 6 hours, and eventually it'll come off. It'll stop leaking. Decent amount still falling out. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I said that's enough. Okay, stop leak. Can you not? Can you not? Stop. Okay, don't forget it. Just a couple drips anyways. Put the bolt in. I would say replace the gasket, but since I don't have one on my hand right now. Okay, screw it on. You screw that bolt on, boy. Screw it on like it's Miley Cyrus. That gang. Now we turn this so that it can tighten the bolt. You just want to make it enough so that when you tighten, it's not to the point where, you know, this is me professionally trying to get a good angle for recording. Alright, that should be enough. Anyways, we can always start the car up and check for any oil leaks. I do not want to make that tighter, even though I have a tendency to want to, even though I don't have power. But I do have a ton of emotion. So, who needs strength when you have strength in mind? To clean this off. You don't need that. My phone's like super oily. We're back, sort of. Like part 6. Oh, something smells like medicine. I don't like it. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the car. Okay, so we have the new oil filter in place. It's that shiny black thing, as you can see, with the silver ring on it. That thing right there. And we have the old bolt back on. I would say put on another gasket, but I don't have one with me. It's for the bolt so it won't leak again. Now we can actually start filling up the oil. So you want to do your best. So when you get here, you want to do your best to clean everything around the surface. You want to do your best because you don't want junk going into your engine. Believe me, you do not want that. Okay. You go around. You clean. Oh yeah, you do that. Oh yeah, you clean that. You clean that. Clean that real nice. And as you can see, there's like no garbage in there. It's just a bunch of old oil that didn't get properly drained out. But it's okay, the new oil will cancel that oil out. When you do the oil change, all that oil will come out. And you keep doing oil changes, it's gonna keep coming out. The better the oil, the better the thing. Ultimate full synthetic. Alright, we now need our funnel, which is, sadly, I left it on the road. With your cleaning towel, because you don't want junk going into your engine, like I've said like 7 times already. You set that down. Set it down somewhere so that, you know, like it won't fall. Even though this one will fall, but I like it. So, my engine here. I'll show you how dirty the oil was. It was pretty dirty. It's pretty dirty. As you can see. So I'm gonna grab my towel and clean it. And now we can stick it back. Shit, go back. Alright, we're back. It's in the hole. I'll put my dipstick into your hole. Right there. Good job. Okay, we got a funnel. This funnel doesn't really want to work with us. Like 15 different other funnels that I can use. This one right here, but it's dirty, so I don't want to use it. But if it fits better, you know, what's better for the car? Oh yeah, that fits much better. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this one. I'll be right back. My car only grabs about not so much of oil. Not a lot of oil, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't grab a lot of oil. This kind of hurts my hand. Grab a towel. It only takes about 4 quarts of oil. If I am correct. So, what I need to do is this is clean oil. You don't really have to worry about getting your hands dirty or getting cancer. So now we can start with the filament of oil. And since that funnel is good inside there, we don't have to worry about it falling. We want to keep this thing flowing. You don't want to pour the whole thing in because this engine only takes like 4 quarts of water. 4.73 quarts to be exact, not liters but quarts. Keep pouring that in, alright. Stop and check how much you've got. Liter, quart. Yeah, we have all that left. And besides, if you always need more oil, you can always pour it back in. I just leaked a little bit of oil. Just pour a little bit back. There we go. Ooh, I might have put a little bit too much. That seems okay. Like this. Like that. much too, because then you probably break the cap. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are inside the car. Start it. All right. Now what you're gonna want to do? You're gonna want to let your car run for like a minute or two. Let that oil like circulate. It has to go through, because the oil pump is pumping oil through your engine. Like it's pumping through it. Or else you want to check your oil pressure. If this thing goes down, you are screwed. If it goes up, that's good, but you don't want it like so up, because that means something's wrong. But it has nothing to do with an oil change. If this is too high, I honestly wouldn't know what to do for you, because that means the oil pump is probably going bad, or you put way too much oil into your car, and the pressure is just so much, you might end up like breaking something of the engine. You might end up breaking a part off the engine just because you put too much oil. That's why it's very important you put exactly the right amount of oil, or a little bit lower, okay? You don't want to put something big, all right? All right, so now what we can do is, well, what you can do, since I've already done it and I can't do it again since it's nighttime. As you can see, it's like, it is 7:16 on a Tuesday, school day, but I like cars, so I'm here. All right, so you go up to your hood, that's already open, and then you pull out the dipstick, all right? That dipstick is gonna tell you, well, obviously it's gonna tell you your oil level. You're gonna have to clean that first, then you're gonna have to stick it back in, take it out, and then that will tell you your oil level. If you have too little, there's a mark that says like low oil, and it says like safe, or like, it's like a min and max, and then it says like do not add higher than this, or else your engine will have problems. You never want to get it above that. Your engine will get problems. You check that, and then if it's good, guess what? You just did your first oil change, and you are good. Which means that you're done. You just saved a lot of money, because oil change shops will charge you like 80, 100, 110 bucks for an oil change. And you can do it yourself for like 30, 40, depending on how much your car takes of oil and the brand you use. We are done, and we have a happy engine.